Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to see some programs based on the concept which we have learned till date. Okay. In previous session, last session, we have seen the for statement, which is the looping statement. Okay. For and while, which are the looping statement. When you are performing a certain action repeatedly till some condition satisfy or for some counting, then you will use the for loop or while loop. So today we are going to see some basic examples uh, based on the for loop. Okay, in this examples we are going to see for loop in detail, the nested for loop, and also some technical points that we need to consider while implementing the program. Okay, so in programming, first we will see the pattern programming. This is very basic and a very useful program, especially when you need to learn the for loop in Python or in any language. So first program we are going to see is to create the pyramid, that half pyramid, using some sign or number like that. Okay, so first I am going to show you the output, that this output we need to show or we need to display, and then we will create the program. So our output will be half pyramid. So our half pyramid will look like this. We are using the asterisk symbol. You can take any symbol you want. Okay, here so this will be our output. This will be our output. We are starting with the first asterisk and we are making the half pyramid and ending it with 5 asterisks. So you can take as many rows as you want, as many asterisks as you want. Now I am taking the 5 asterisk pyramid, and since you can see this will be increased one by one till you get the last row. Okay, and first note it down the output and then we'll start with the program. First thing you need to understand in this half pyramid or any pattern making program, that how many rows and how many columns you need. Okay, here how many rows are there, depending on how many that rows will be given in the program, or as a user you will consider the rows whenever you are taking or executing that same program again and again. Here I am taking 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so in this example your rows value will be 5. This I am taking just for the understanding of logic. Once you understand the logic, then you can prepare the program for as much as rows you want. Here these are the 5 rows and 5 columns. Okay, so just note it down this output and then we'll start with our program. Only thing you need to consider that how many rows you are going to implement. Now let's take the code and we'll see how the code will work for the specific pattern. Now here we have considered the rows as 5 because our output requires, but we are giving chance to user that user can give as much as rows count as the user wants, right? So here I am taking the input from user. Remember those two functions, integer and input, while you are taking the number as an input in the program. We will keep the variable name as rows only for better understanding. So how to write that statement? Rows. This will be our variable name. Then integer function, because by default whatever input we are taking from the user, that will be taken as string if we don't use the integer function. So integer function, open the bracket, you are taking the input from user, so your second function input. Okay, here you are asking user to enter the count of rows. So enter number of rows. Close two brackets. Here user can enter any number. User can enter 0, user can enter 1, 2, 5, 10, even 100. It doesn't matter. Your code will be same, just your output will be changed. But for now, we are taking the value as 5. So after taking rows, we will start with the first for loop. In this program, we are going to use two for loop. Outer for loop, inner for loop. That is called as a nested for loop. One more concept inside the for loop, nested for loop. For within for. Why? Because you remember the pyramid, it has rows, it has columns. So for rows and columns you need to take, it's like a matrix form. Whenever you are creating the output in matrix form, you need to consider rows and column value. So here, after taking rows value, we are taking the first for loop. So for, syntax is for keyword, your variable that you can take anything. I am taking I now. Okay, for I in range. Here we need range because you are deciding, right, that how many rows you are starting with 0 till how many rows you are going to extend the pyramid. So that will be my range. So for I in range. Here in this function, you need to put the limit, start limit and end limit. But I am putting the end limit only. When you are putting the end limit only without start limit, by default your start limit will be 0, that we have discussed. So if you don't provide anything, your start limit will be 0. Here I am providing the end limit, which is my rows value. If you are giving the value inside the program itself, so you can just mention rows equal to 5, that's it. So every time when you execute the program, it will take the 5 value only, constant, every time. But here we are giving the chance to user, that user can enter the different value at the time of execution. Here for I in range rows. When we execute this program and when we calculate the output, then you will get to know that how I am writing down this count. Here I am taking the rows. Why? Because it's the end limit. How many rows you want? 5. So 5 times your for loop should be executed. So that's why this is the rows. And since it will automatically start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am taking the end, I am not taking the end limit as we have discussed. This is for your rows. Okay. Then you are preparing the columns also. For that I am taking the another for loop, inner for loop. I am taking the another variable which is j. Again, you can take any variable you want. Here I am setting the another range. Okay. Rows we have already taken. We know that how many rows we want till now. So first, if you are starting with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that 5 rows we want. So that limit we have taken here. But what about this? This is for column. Okay. So here if you consider the first column and if you are printing the first asterisk, then you need to decide that how many asterisks should be printed here. So here your asterisk will be 1. Your only one asterisk you are printing in one row. In one column, first column, one asterisk. So here you are putting the end limit as not 1 but whichever value your I has right that moment, that I plus 1. You cannot take I only. Why? Because initially your I value is 0, so nothing will be printed, right? But that's why I plus 1, 0 plus 1, 1. So you are printing 1 in the first column, and in every column you are repeating that and you keep incrementing the value. So this is your inner for loop. You will better understand this once you will finish with your program and you understand the logic behind it. After this J for loop, now you are ready to print the asterisk. Okay, here in this loop we are printing. Again, this is one indentation block. After entering I, you are entering in J. After that, you are printing the value. What you are printing here? You are printing asterisk. Asterisk or any symbol is a special character in Python. It's a string. Whenever you are writing down the string as it is, you should enclose this with single or double quote. So since asterisk is your special character, I am enclosing this in quote. You can write down like this also, but we are making addition in this statement, and with this addition only you are going to learn the new concepts or some keywords in the Python. Here I am using the end keyword. End is the keyword which is used in the Python just to specify how you are ending the statement. That is for the end. Okay, so here I am ending every pyramid sentence with blank space, one white space, and we have discussed this in the first session that white space is also one of the character that you can mention. So after every asterisk you are ending that line with the blank space. So single or double quote, one space, and you are closing the space after the quote. Here you are printing this statement, printing one asterisk. You are done with your for loop. So you are preparing the column. After that, you are preparing line by line, right? But you need a whole pyramid. For that, you need one additional print statement which doesn't have any argument, but whatever you are designing or creating, that should be represented or displayed as a pyramid or any pattern. For that, I am using the print statement that will be blank, but I am displaying the asterisk in another line. In the next line, another special character is one slash then n. What does this mean? Slash n is the new line character. Okay, so slash n means after each row we are taking the new line and we are displaying the output or displaying the another character that is for the new line. Like slash n, we have several special characters in Python which we'll learn when the example comes. So for now, slash n is the new line character. Here your program is done. You are done with the programming. Now to understand the logic, you need to prepare or you need to go one by one how the loop is executing, how your control is flowing, and then only you will understand how the output will come. So let's start with that logic. Start with the output part. First we are taking the rows value. This message will be printed. Enter number of rows. So this will be your first statement. Enter number of rows will be printed in the output window. So enter number of rows. User will enter any number. We are going to enter 5 for now because our output was displayed like that. So I am entering 5. 5 will be stored in rows value, variable rows value. I am going for the first for loop. For I in range rows. Now by default, I value will start with 0, right? Here I am displaying the logic. First your I value is 0 till rows. That means you are executing this for loop for 5 times, right? Because your end limit is 5. So you are starting with 0, you are ending with 5. And this inner for loop, this inner code will be executed for 5 times. Now here your end limit is 5. So just check it. Is 0 less than 5? Yes, condition is true. You are going inside for loop. This for loop. This will be inner for loop. You are setting the j value. Always remember, when you are trying to understand any code, just make a rough work, like how you do math. So just like math, solve the problem, solve the logic, then you will understand how the program or control and data flows. Here we are taking the I value, initial I value is 0, initial j value, again we are not setting the initial or start limit here, lower limit. Again j will start with 0 by default. You can mention 0 comma I plus 1 also, it is fine. Here also 0 comma rows, it is fine. But since by default we are starting with 0, we didn't mention it. J is equal to 0, and here the end limit of the first row is of, or any row, is I plus 1. Now I value is 0. If we put I here as it is, not I plus 1, just I, so our end limit will be 0, and we would not be able to enter in the loop, since 0 is the end limit, and we know that we don't consider the end limit, we consider the number before end limit, second last element. But if we put the I only here, I value is 0, so we won't be able to enter in the jth loop. That's why I plus 1. So I plus 1 is 1 right now. Here j value is 0 and the end limit is I plus 1, that is 0 plus 1. Condition true? Yes, because 0 is less than 1, right? 0 is less than 1, the condition is true. We are going inside this for loop. Print asterisk, right? So when this condition is true, print asterisk for one time. Here we have print asterisk, end will be space, it's okay. Now we are not going here, we are going, the pointer will go to this for loop. Another rule while using nested for loop is, first you solve the inner for loop completely. When this condition is false, then only a pointer goes to the outer for loop and the inner for loop value will be reset. Here after printing this, we are not going for the ith for loop, the outer for loop. We are going to the inner for loop first, which is j. And as we have discussed in the last session, after statement, when you return back to the for statement, right, your variable value will be automatically incremented by 1, I plus 1, right? Here j plus 1. Jth value will be incremented by 1 by default. So after this statement, you are going to the jth loop. J value was 0 first. Now after increment, j value will be 1. Now j is 1 and we are again checking for the for loop, inner for loop. Check the condition. For j in range I plus 1, I value is 0, I plus 1 is 1, j value is 1. Is 1 less than 1? No, 1, both are equal and this is the end limit. We should not consider the end limit. That means this condition is false, not satisfied right now, right? So here your j value will be 1 and your end limit is also 1. We are not considering the end limit. Your condition is false. Then we are going to the outer for loop, which is A. Why? Because your j condition is not satisfied. Then only we are going for the outer for loop, right? Here after going to the outer for loop, you are going to the ith for loop. So I value will be incremented by 1. I was 0 initially. Since you are going for the for I statement, your value will be incremented by 1 and j value will be reset to 0 because after entering into the ith loop you are again starting j with 0. So you are resetting the jth value as 0 and your I value will be 1, right? Now check the condition here. Now your I value is 1 and your rows value is 5. That will be your constant value. So I is 1 in range rows 5. Is 1 less than 5? Yes. This condition is true. You are going inside for the j. J value is 0. Check the condition I plus 1. I is 1 plus 1 2. J is 0. Is 0 less than 2? Yes. 0 is less than 2. Condition is true. Going inside the jth loop, print asterisk end. Okay. So here in the new line we are printing asterisk, right? One time. Then go to the jth loop because we are solving the inner loop first. Go to the jth loop. Now j value was 0 initially. After going to the jth statement, now j value is incremented by 1. J is 1. I value will be same. J value will be 1. Going to the jth loop. Now here j value is 1 in range I plus 1. I value was 1. 1 plus 1 2. J value is 1. Is 1 less than 2? Yes. This value is less than this value. Condition is true. You are going inside and then after space again you are printing the second asterisk. Right? Then again go to the jth loop. Right? J value is now 2. Now j value is 2. I value is same 1. J value is 2. So for j in range I plus 1. J value is 2. I value is 1. 1 plus 1 2. End limit. You have reached end limit. Is 2 less than 2? No. Condition is false. Not satisfied. So you are not going inside the jth loop. So since you are not entering in the jth loop, you are going for the outer for loop which is I. After going to the I, now I value was 1, it will be incremented by 1, I value is 2 and j value will be again 0 because you will start the j again. Going to the I value, same thing, I value is 2, rows is your end limit which is your 5, it's 2 less than 5, yes, you are entering in the inner loop. For j, now you are checking the j. J value is 0 in range I plus 1. I is your 2 plus 1 3. 3 is your end limit. So that means you are printing this statement for 3 times. That is the logic. Here j in range. J value is 0. This is 3. Is 0 less than 3? Yes. So here you are printing asterisk. Right, this condition is true. You are printing asterisk in the next line. Asterisk. After printing this, go to the jth loop. Now j value is incremented by 1. I value will be same. J in range I plus 1. Right. I value is 2 plus 1 3. Again j value is 1. Is 1 less than 3? Yes. Condition is true. Going inside, print this value. Again go to the j. J value will be incremented by 1. J is 2 now. J is 2. I is 2 plus 1 3. Is 2 less than 3? Yes. Again go inside, print asterisk after one space. Again go to the j value. Now j value is 3. 3 in range I plus 1. 2 plus 1 3. 3 in range 3. 3 and 3. This is the end limit. 3 is not less than 3. Those are equal. So this condition is false now. You are not entering inside and you are going for the ith loop. I value was 2 previously. Now I value is 3 and j value will be reset to 0. Right? I is 3, rows is 5. Is 3 less than rows 5? Is 3 less than 5? Yes, condition is true. Go inside. Now j, for j in range I plus 1, I is 3. So here your limit is 4 now. J is 0. Is 0 less than 4? Yes, condition is true. Print 1 asterisk in next line. Then go for j. J value was 1. Now j value was 0. Now j value is incremented by 1. So j is 1. 1 in range I plus 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. Go inside, print second asterisk. Then go to the for loop again. J value will be incremented by 2. Incremented by 1. Now j value is 2. 2 in range I plus 1. 3 plus 1, 4. 2 is less than 4? Yes. Then go inside, print one more asterisk. After that again go to the jth loop. Now jth value is 3. J is 3 in range I plus 1, 4. Is 3 less than 4? Yes. Go inside, print another asterisk. Go again. Now j value incremented by 1. J is 4 now. Is 4 less than I plus 1? 3 plus 1, 4. Is j less than 4? No, both are equal. Condition is false. You are going back to the I. Since you are going back to the I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value is 4. J value will be reset to 0. Now here your rows is 5. I value is 4. Check the condition. It's 4 in the range of rows means 4 less than 5. Yes, condition is true. Go inside to the jth loop. Now j, for j value is 0 in range I plus 1, which is 5 now because i's value is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. Is j 0 is less than 5? Yes. Go and print, go inside and print the asterisk to the new line. Then go back to the j, in j value incremented by 1. 1 is less than I plus 1, which is 5. Yes. Print the another second asterisk. Again go back to the j. Now j value is 2. 2 is less than I plus 1. Yes. Print third asterisk. Now again go back to the j. Now j value is 3. 3 is less than 5. Yes. True. Go inside, print the fourth asterisk. Again, j value will be incremented by 1. J is 4. It's 4 less than 5. Yes, condition is true. Go inside, print the fifth asterisk. Then again go back to j first. Now j value is incremented by 1. J is equal to 5. Now I plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. The end limit, we have reached the end limit. And 5 is not less than 5. So the condition is not true. We are not going inside. We are going to the outer for loop, which is I. Now here I value was 4. It will be incremented by 1. Now I value is 5. J will be reset to 0. But here we have put the end limit as rows. And our rows value is 5. That means our count is 5. We have reached the end limit for I. So for I, which is your 5, which is not less than rows. So you have reached the end limit. You are not entering in the for loop also. Right? So this for loop, it will not be executed. This print statement won't be executed. Directly you are printing the whole pattern which is created right now. So this is your output. So what we have done basically, to print 5 rows and 5 columns in certain pattern, you need to create the code in such a manner that how you are creating, means you are incrementing or you are decrementing, that will be decided by your end limit and how you are going to execute that, right? So this is the concept of nested for loop and how to create the pattern. Here for I in range, we have revised the range function by the argument value, start value, end value. By default your start value will be 0, and then just remember that when you are using the nested for loop, first you are using the executing the inner for loop. When your inner for loop condition will be false, not satisfied, then only you are going back to the outer for loop, right? So this is the logic, and this is the one example only for pattern making the half pyramid. We'll see the another examples also, but if you have another example with yourself, just mention in the comment that if you are having any doubt in understanding this, we'll take some more examples. So for now, this is one basic program for the pattern matching, pattern making, and soon we will see the another programs also.